have to say there's only one party that has obstructed a fair election for us. And unfortunately, it was the Democratic Party. They've done everything they can, including creating PACs to prevent us from being able to have ballot access.
Yeah, it's interesting because you were saying that you could stay in and run the risk of Kamala Harris win, or you could walk and you could join forces with Donald Trump. When you say join forces, Nicole, what do you mean specifically?
Well, this idea of a unity party, an idea of us coming around these principles of fighting for liberty in this country, fighting for our children's health. We have the worst chronic health crisis in the world right now. Over 50% of children are diagnosed with some chronic disease. This is unconscionable. Yeah. And we are willing to work with anyone who is sincere in their endeavor to fix and address this issue.
Do you believe the Trump campaign and Trump himself is sincere? Do you see a home? You talk about this as being Bobby's decision. Do you see a home for RFK Jr. in the Trump administration, Health and Human Services, something to that extent?
I would fully support it. I would fully support a strong partnership
Unity
dedicated to this issue. A lot of people comment.
This is awesome. What's going on, guys? How we doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. God, there's so much going on today. I don't even know where to start, but we're going to cover it all. Benjamin Pugh, number one, Barbara, Candace, 1, 2, 3, and so many other comments. I'm not going to be able to go through all you guys. This is what happens when I schedule ahead. I can't hit you all at once. That's all right, though. Midnight with the 5 memberships to start. Follow Katie Cat with 5. That's awesome. Thank you for the start. Anthony is in the membership. What's up, buddy? That's my buddy, Crypto Cruz, right there. Buddy Love, Kurt Sahor, Angie, rather be skiing. Well, sorry you can't ski right now. Sergio, Mac Jones, Lou, David Kramer, Matt Castillo, welcome to the membership. You guys now get the members' lives on the weekends, and welcome. Go check out. Last Friday we had a great one. If you guys are interested in members' lives, $3 a month, that's all I ask, and you will be a member and join the greatest, most awesome, most knowledgeable community on the internet, in my humble estimation. Ever Trumper says, new here, been listening to you for months under a different name. Welcome, Ever Trumper. Thank you. I appreciate that. Come on in, join it. The water's warm. It's a beautiful night. God, there's so many good people here. Jeff, hit the like and go to bed because it's too late. I get it, man. I get it. So tonight, guys, we got so much to talk about. Obviously, I'm going to talk about GDC. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, because that is huge, massive news and going to bring in a lot of momentum. And I want to save time for that at the end when we can also go through all the questions you guys are going to have and everything. So we'll get there. The first thing is obviously, I think the biggest news, because it's going to change our entire nation. And this is Bobby Kennedy Jr. joining with the Trump campaign. It's all over the news now. It's everything but official. It's going to be official Friday, unless they pull the rug out from under us. But he's got his VP out there doing the work, painting the picture of why this needs to happen. Listen, when he originally picked her, you can watch this on my show, Shanahan here. She's a lib, guys, but she's an honest liberal, which there's not many of those anymore. I didn't like it when he picked her. Her background's not my favorite, but I'm telling you what, they see the one thing Shanahan and Kennedy are proven, they actually care about the nation, getting solutions done. She talks about health. That's one of their biggest things. Health, the food, the deep state, get rid of it all. This is something they're finding unity with Trump on, and I'm so in for it. This is, in my opinion, the stake in the heart of the Kamala campaign. Good luck coming back from this. I don't care what they pull this election cycle. There is no way they will be able to pull off a win with Kennedy on the side. It's just not going to happen. And so expect things to get crazy, because they're going to know it after this. This is also beautiful. It's happening during the DNC week, because it's taking all the air out of the DNC, which the DNC is terrible. Anyways, it's absolutely terrible. And they are failing. The Obamas were supposed to be the big stars last night. Their speeches were fabricated nonsense, just just going through the motions. Obama has lost it. He no longer has that special little glint in his eye, that special charismatic, which he's still better at speaking than 90% of politicians, even on his off days. But that special thing is no longer there. It's gone. They are scrambling. I guarantee you the liberals are freaking out as this happens. So I just played the clip. She breaks it down. They see a home with Trump campaign, and I'm telling you guys, this is going to be absolutely massive. And on top of this, so we're going to cover this first because it is the biggest story of the day, and then we're going to go through the economic news with the jobs report, which is abysmal and one of the craziest, scariest things I've ever seen, proving the government's lying to us and the media's lying to us about our economy. And then obviously the stock market is about to get nuts. Short squeezes are about to break out, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about GDC, how it might be the beginning of some special stuff. So anyways, we got a lot to cover. So let me check in with you guys real quick. And then we're gonna get moving because we got so much to do. Vinman says Shanahan's mother was born in China, immigrated to the U.S. from Guangzhou in the 80s. That's awesome. Also, guys, if you're new to the stream, because I got a lot of people coming on right now, and I've seen so many comments. If you got just a banger comment or a banger question, and you just got to get it read when it's busy like this, don't be afraid to post it a couple more times if it doesn't work. I'm sorry. I do try to get to as much as I can if you're new here. Ham said he's going to call. Awesome. I am open to having Ham call. I'd love to have him talk when I get to the GDC stuff and in a bit. And so I will message him. I'll give him a little timeline here real quick because I think it'd be great to have Ham on. He actually just messaged me. All right, I'll get through the Kennedy stuff and then I'll give him a call. Ever heard him without teleprompter? No, I have not. Brett, Pelosi's that aunt you only see once a year. Wish you did not have to. Sitting at the little kid's table, safe haven. Exactly. What's up, Linda? Could I run a GDC potential target through ChatGPT? I don't have all the numbers on GDC, so that's a little tougher for me to do. But I know the guys that we heard before want to run it till 30, 40, and it could break out even more. You just never know. So Alan says earlier, RFK giving speech Friday. Yes, and Trump will be there. I saw that. So let's get moving on this right here. So this is Chris Barron. This is not just him though. This is all over the place. CNBC put it out. It's all over. RFK's dropping out. Source confirms. I told you guys last night when I saw Nicole Shanahan on that podcast yesterday. And the whole first part, she's giving this really weak idea and defense of why they might stay third party. It was really weak. And I broke it down for you guys and said, this tells me they're definitely dropping out and joining Trump. And this is planned, all that. And it turns out I was right, which is awesome. And I always like being right. I'm not always right, but I love it when I am. And so it's just going this way, which is excellent. She's been out here painting the case, and they are hammering the Democrats. And so it says Democrats obstructed fair election, fully supports working with Trump. Kennedy right here. This is what you were just saying, Alan. Friday. So Friday he's in Phoenix, and they're going to do this big event with a big announcement. And I believe it's going to be, I think they're doing this, they're slow rolling it. They're going to announce stepping down, but they're also going to have something really good for the transition because they know they have a lot of voters who are going to be very disappointed. He's got millions of supporters. They're going to be disappointed in this because most of the people running to Kennedy are both like, we don't like Trump. And we don't like Kamala. We don't like the Democrats. And so who do we have? We have this independent. And so these people are going to be without a home. I've already seen a bunch of people like, oh, if he stops out, I'm not voting, which great. You know, like if you don't understand, if you truly believe in your candidate, if you really believe he's a good man with a good heart and really cares for America, then you gotta believe he's doing what he believes is best for America. And so if you're doing the I'm not going to vote thing, well then you actually didn't believe in him in the first place, because you're not willing to trust him, you're not willing to fall. So you're just going to throw a temper tantrum and give your best chance for people who are literally going to destroy our country getting in this. So it's about trust. His endorsement will have weight, and I do think there's going to be a really good pitch behind this in this transition. In fact, this is Shanahan again right here.
Let me ask you just
really
one direct question.
Yeah.
Should we have our ear to the ground? Is something going to come soon?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Friday is going to be one of the biggest events in American election history.
What time? Where should I tune in?
The details will be shared.
Where?
Go to Bobby's X account, and Team Kennedy will be releasing it.
That's a pretty big statement. Friday's going to be one of the biggest events in American election history. To me, what they're going to say is that it's going to be, they're going to announce, they're going to theme a unity party. And theming it as a unity party is actually huge, because that's honestly, a lot of Americans want that. They really do. There's some extremes, obviously, but listen, you look at what Trump's been building with the people he's been getting on board. Tulsi Gabbard's working with him. Guys, she was running for president for the Democrats in 2020. All right. He is finding the Democrats who aren't crazy. He's finding the ones that legitimately care for America, might have disagreements. And he's saying, you know what? I'm going to be in charge. So the ideas I disagree with you on, that's fine. I don't mind. But what I can see is where you're good. And he's going to build that. That's what America wants. That's what we're all about. That's what we're supposed to be about anyways. That's how regular people are. If I go to work and I'm working with, a liberal, and I'm this conservative libertarianish guy, and like I'm working with a liberal, guess what? We're going to find what we agree on to get the job done and do what's best for our jobs, our company, everything. That's how it's supposed to work. And this is exactly what America is supposed to be all about. And it's beautiful to see it. So if you see this coming on, yeah, Trump's also doing his rally in Phoenix on the same day. I would not be surprised if we see them together on stage. It wouldn't shock me. Like if they just pull it together, or if they're both in the same town and they pull each other up on screen. I don't know. But when she pitches it like this, I think they have planned, he can't replace VP. Vance has already been nominated officially, so they can't replace him. But what they can do is announce this unity party thing. We're building for the future. We're building together. And they can do something really amazing that really speaks to Americans. And here's the best part. It's the day after the DNC ends. So that means the in total DNC is like meaningless. And this is, in my opinion, this is Trump's, and Kennedy they're like big FU to the Democrats who did the same thing to Trump, because the RNC was completely focused around beating Biden, and then Biden dropped out and they brought Kamala in. So it rendered like that whole millions of dollars, all that effort, all that energy is like, it was directed. Obviously it's at beating the Democrats too. So it wasn't wasted. And a lot of it was pro-American and pro-future. So none of that's wasted. But there is a lot of that energy that was directed towards Biden, where they didn't get to spend the time like going after Kamala and all that. And so that is some time and money wasted for the RNC. And so the Democrats pulled that one on them. And now they're coming back and saying, oh yeah, we'll one up you. I'm not backing out of the race. Trump's like, I'm not backing out of the race because I'm winning. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to bring in the spoiler on my team, and we're going to announce unity and blast you guys out. And I do think this might be the first national convention I've ever seen where the polls by the end of the week, they don't get a bump, or it even goes negative. Because since the DNC started, Trump's actually moved up in betting markets, which, betting markets are real time versus polls take a while to come out. So that's absolutely huge. Look at this, like the America Dream Team. Trump's pulling like all these three right here. Okay, Elon, center left, okay, voted for Obama twice. Tulsi running for Democratic president 2020. Robert F. Kennedy running for Democratic president this year, then goes, but all of them independent, center left. Okay. Trump's center right. And he's got plenty of other, for all you guys scared that maybe he's going to the left. No, he's still got Vivek on his team. All the good conservative types are still on Team Trump. They're not being purged out. He's bringing all the best of both sides. All the best of both sides. And this is going to win so many votes. People are going to be proud to vote for this. This is exciting to vote for. It's bringing the best of the best. And in my lifetime, I'm 40, I've turned 41 in 2 months. I've never seen anything like this. It's fantastic. It's exciting because there are good people on the other side, but they've been losing them. They've been throwing them out, and they're coming, instead of doing their own thing or disappearing, they're coming to our side, and we're embracing it. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. And so I wanted to read this real quick too, because this is a big deal. All right. Impact of RFK's support for Trump should not be underestimated or dismissed. He was staunchly never Trump less than a year ago. And it's true. They asked him, would you be VP for Trump? He said, nah, and since then, he's personally witnessed corruption of the Democrat Party, lies, smears, and propaganda of complicit media, lawfare and deep state dark money hijacking of the political process. All this stuff it turned against him. It woke him up. It did. And now they're saying they have a place with Trump and they think he's sincere. These are huge words coming from somebody who is so staunchly I don't think he's good for our country. And now they're saying, no, he's the only one that can win and we can all work together and make stuff happen. Says he can articulate this disgust in his evolution in a very relatable way to moderate undecided voters. RFK recognized Trump as the only viable candidate to help him achieve his objectives. Taking on big pharma, influence peddling, and the military-industrial complex. All beautiful things. We want all that taken care of. That's all very part of MAGA agenda. Reforming three-letter agencies or just destroying them and getting rid of them. So yes, another thing. Awesome. We're on that. Protecting freedom of speech. Love it. Ending lawfare, weaponization, two-tiered justice system. We love it. RFK is going to be hitting the road. This is, I can't get over how big this is. Again, I think this is going to just seal the deal. We still got to do the work. We still got to show up. We will not stop fighting. But as the second RFK makes this announcement on Friday with Trump, they will take a lead that will be insurmountable as long as there's no letting off the gas and as long as there's no major screw up. And I don't see it. This campaign Trump has run has been so smart. He's playing everything perfect this time. It's honestly the smartest, most disciplined campaign I've ever seen in my life. And I've watched every campaign since 96. Because I told you guys, I was a political nerd growing up. I got into it thanks to my dad. So every campaign since 96 on both sides I've been watching, and this is the best run campaign ever, and it just keeps getting better. Every time the Democrats do something, Trump hits them with an uppercut. It's awesome. Matthew 99.99 donation. Thank you, Matthew. That's huge, brother. One of these days, you got to just buy yourself a $3 membership too, man. He says, wish everybody the best in GDC tomorrow. Don't believe they've started to cover. Don't know how long it'll take, but I hope you're the best. Hope you can flip it in the next one. Awesome. Yeah, let's see. So RFK, we're moving on. RFK, I'm going to go ahead and see if Ham's available. And we'll call him in for the GDC talk because I know you guys are ready for that. So RFK, awesome. I cannot wait till Friday. Let me catch up on some comments with you guys real quick, and then we'll transition to GDC and then cover the economic stuff because there's so much going on. Let's see. So now you know why they were saying RFK came looking for a job with Kamala. Yeah, they were trying to get ahead of it. Yep, exactly right. Steve Marion says Dream Team might contribute. It might. Stella says, I don't trust Tulsi. I have a lot of pictures of Tulsi, fist in the air. I think Tulsi woke up. I do. But listen, she won't be in a big enough position to really screw anything up anyways. But he's doing debate prep Arthur right now for Kamala. And I think Tulsi is the real deal. I really do. Dury Red, I don't think I can answer that question. We'll see what Ham says. Yeah, Trump's not replacing Vance. Yeah, he can't. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Any thoughts on how high GDC could run? I have no idea, guys. I really don't. If it peaked out at 8 to 10, I wouldn't be shocked. If it peaked at 45, I wouldn't be shocked. If it ran to 500, I wouldn't be shocked. You saw the volume on it today. There's just no way. No way to know. Vinman, MAGA can work with normal Dems who are not in charge of DNC. 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Brett. It says, housekeeping alert. Please hit the like and subscribe for an unburdened stream. We're going to be unburdened by what's in the past, and we're going to hit that like and subscribe for the future. And go ahead and share it, too, if you guys don't mind. We have 300 watching right now. I see, well, a little less than 300, 280. We're at 104 likes already, so you guys are doing great. I think by the end of the stream, we can hit 150,
Absolutely.
200. I thank you, Brett, you guys. Right there. So, all right, let me see if I can get Ham on. And I know he's got good stuff to share here. So, hope he understands there's going to be a lot of GDC questions. Hello? Hey, what's up?
Everything okay?
Oh, we're good.
Okay, so you have any questions? You want me to rally? Or you want me to just rattle?
So,
whatever.
lots of GDC questions. So if you want to start there and then go from there.
Well, I said that when stocks get like this, they start to rocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way to play it is you sell the rips. If you own 1,000 shares, you sell 500 when it rips. It pulls back. You can always buy it back.
Mm-hmm.
You can sell 300 on a rip and hold on to 700, get money off the table. I found a gentleman today who had 7,000 shares. He paid $1.20 for it. I made him sell 3,500 at 5.25, and now he has 3,500 for free. He has all his money off the table, no risk. If it goes to the moon, he's long. That's how you have to play.
Yeah.
You know, I put up a little list just a second ago. There's 100% there's settlement failures from today. You can't trade a stock that's trading 20,000 shares, 30,000 shares a day. Has no float or trades 90 million shares in one day. So there's definitely settlement failures somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone's got a margin. Someone has a margin call, correct? Someone's got a problem here.
Absolutely.
So there's then you can see, and people, if you want to learn, if you're going to be a trader and you want to play in the game, it closed at 542 bid. All right. I know it was late, probably 7:58, 7:59. Someone was in a panic and had to cover. But that's how you take advantage. You got to sit there and look at this stuff every day. That's why I don't want to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You got to trade pre-market. You got to trade aftermarket. You got to sit there on the edge of your seat all day. And that's trading. You can sit there and flip back and forth for 50, 60 cents on these things when they get wild.
Mm-hmm.
When they run up, you sell them. When they pull back, you start legging back into it. If you sell 1,000 at, let's say you sold 1,000 at 6, it pulls back to 5.25. You buy 250, 250, 475, 250, 450. You may not, it may go down to 4, but then it turns and boom, it's going the other way, and your average is 5. That's how you have to do it. That's how the big boys play. That's just the way it is. But you got to sit there on the edge of your seat until they finally shut it down. Then you got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning, whenever pre-market opens up, and be on your toes. Make a sale. You always got to be on top of it. That's trading, and I don't want to do that anymore. So again, you're welcome to do it. I can teach you how to do it, and that's the best I can do. You make your own decisions, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
But if you followed me, I've been reporting on GameStop GDC for a while. And the last 7 days, I've been reporting it on maybe 10 times a day, telling you the thing looks ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling you it looks like it's ready to go. Something was coming, and you could see it coming.
Yeah.
And for those who've been with me in a while, I did the same reporting on Bed Bath & Beyond at $3. It went to $35, and Ryan Cohen made a fortune that time. I told everybody.
Yeah.
I got people coming on Twitter bashing me about GTII. Listen, I reported exactly what I believed, that the guy who passed away, Lou, he jammed everybody into it. I didn't even know these people. The people I've been following with, people I know were all in it below $3, $4. You know, I can't chase the world. I can't tell you how to trade. You know, one thing I told everyone today on a call, and I still believe it. I'm not a chaser. I only buy things when they're still. Once it gets wild like this, you know, just imagine going in and buying 5,000 shares at the market because you think you're going to miss it. You pay, you know, $5.80 for it, and the second is below $4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get destroyed. So I don't believe in doing that. Once it's running like that, I wait for the wild swings down, and that's when I buy. And when I get a wild swing back up, that's when I sell it. You don't even know how high they're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it goes. Just, you know, and that's how you make money. But I do not believe in chasing stocks. I do not. That's a serious game where you'll win 2 times and get destroyed 8.
Yeah.
And the problem with everyone on this phone call, including myself, is we do not let our winners run.
Mm.
We hold on to our losers, and we do not let our winners run. So it's very difficult. And that's why my trading pattern is, hey, my goal is to knock out, try to make 10 or 15,000 a day, and see you later. I don't care a shit if they I don't care if they went from, you know, if I was long 50,000 GDC and I'm up 15,000, I sell it. It goes 3 more points. You guys call me up. It's, I went 3 more points, and I look at it. I'm up 15,000. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look for something else that's the same type of stock, something that's not moving, that's got very little risk, and that's where I go back in, and that's what I play. In GDC, for those on the phone, this is what I know about GDC. That was it. GDC. That's what I know. The symbol. I don't know anything else about it. I know 0 about this company. 0.0. A friend of mine bought 1 million shares. That's when I got involved. I told everyone exactly that when it got crushed. I bought more at 80 or 78 cents. I forgot the price down at the bottom. That's the only thing I know about it. 0. Nothing else.
Well,
I just knew that.
We believe the short's around 90 million, correct?
That's what I reported a long time. I actually posted the other day. Someone can remember because they deleted my old Twitter accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of information there. They just wiped it all out. You know, so I had a lot of bookmarks that I had information stored, and they just took it all away.
Mm-hmm.
So when I asked them, when someone told me that I said 90 million, says, okay, I didn't have to go back to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 90 million. So based on today's action, let's throw another 10 on the pile. That's how I look at it.
Jeez.
You know, it's hard for me to calculate it when it's swinging back and forth all day. And that's why I tell you in finger motion, it's fraud in slow motion because we can actually see it.
Yeah.
In GDC, we can actually see it before it happened. If you're paying attention, you can see it.
Mm.
You can see it in stocks like TELO. You can actually see it there. And for those people, you know, I reported on TELO when it went public. Out of the gate, the shorts, one guy bought the whole goddamn IPO and went from 7 straight down on the first minute of trading. You remember I talked about that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And the other day, ABC did a story about how the dogs they're treating are getting better from cancer. Their cancer-ridden bodies are getting better, stronger, and they're living.
Mm-hmm.
And the next test is going to be on humans. Who would short that stock? It can extend your life. You know, I understand the life of your pets. People want their pets to live. But imagine it's going to go to humans next. Imagine your parents. I wish my mom was alive. I'd give her the medication.
Absolutely.
Right? Anybody would do that. But these animals are disgusting. And the scumbags that bash and go around, and they're just trying to steal quarters, and they just, whatever they can steal.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to be like Andrew Left. I just saw his picture of it. They said he sold his house in Boca Raton. You know, and I think I played pickleball outside the walls of that place. I remember seeing that property. I played pickleball in a park near that place.
Yeah.
That's all they do. That's what they all want to do. And people getting all this money doesn't mean, I'm telling you, I understand you all want to live great lives and do all these great things. But to be a thief and do this all day, it's just not, it's not worth it. I don't understand what they do. For the life of me, I don't understand it. You know, these guys want to get these big houses and they live in fear. And when they get caught, they cry.
Yeah, they end up paranoid and miserable.
They all do this, but the money's not going to, listen, the only thing that matters in your life is your health.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, you know, that's the most important thing. Your family's health, your health, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm telling you. I know very wealthy people, and if they're not doing well, they're sick, they're in their houses, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
They work their whole life. Make your money. You don't need to make $1 zillion. Trust me, it's not going to make you. How big a steak do you want to eat? It's just, you don't. I don't even need it anymore. I don't even care. I mean, I've been through the whole thing already, and I see these people just continually to steal, and they don't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, who can short a company that can actually extend your life? GDC, I got it. It's all over the place. I mean, it's just a.
Yeah, it's a little
just
AI
so
type
broken.
startup something. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I'm
even
just
know.
saying, but whatever they're doing, they just target whatever it is.
Yep.
But there's certain stocks I look at and say, you guys got it. How do you short a company that's extending your life? I don't own a share of it. My friends own it, and I'm looking at it saying, I tell them don't sell it. I mean, it just doesn't. I looked at the video. It's right there. The lady's telling you what they did.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand it. Northwest Bio, I got it. They're working on head and neck. They're working on brain cancer, CVM, head and neck cancer. Those guys don't start those companies to defraud people. If they do, shame on them. I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
The guy Gert's been doing it a long time. He has something. The people from Northwest Bio have been doing it for a long time. They're awful, and they've been ripped off by Wall Street. I don't know how stupid they are as far as Wall Street CEOs managing the thievery on the street. That they're terrible at.
Yeah.
Building a cancer drug. You gotta remember, these guys are this, like CELU. I met the guy. He's a trauma surgeon, and here he is working on infectious disease. What's his name? Yorkville bent him over, did him dry. They took him. I told him take the money. He took the money. They destroyed the stock, and then he had to reverse it. They do the same thing all the time, because the CEOs sit there and say, we got to get this drug, we got to do this, and I got it. But Wall Street lets these guys kill the stocks down. These guys take the money. Then they have no choice but to reverse their stocks. And they've been doing it for a long time. There's a company, Fuel Cell, FCEL. I think they just announced they're going to reverse again. This is probably like the third or fourth time they've done it in 10 years. 10 to 12 years. It's been a while.
God. Wow.
It was a hot name. They have some great technology, but they need money to keep developing the technology, and they just keep killing it. They'll do it again. They did the same thing to Plug, P-L-U-G, another company. High Flyer, they kill them all.
Jeez.
These guys have stolen trillions, not millions, billions, trillions.
Mm-hmm.
And they just keep doing it. Guys, I got it. Finger Motion is a company that I've been following for a long time. I paid $287 for it when it just got the contract with the Chinese government for the phone top-up. Since that point, there's been all kinds of news, all kinds of deals. Everything's here, and the stock is down $1 from where I got in. I don't know. You tell me. How does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I don't even understand it. The company is fighting. People ask about the dividend, the special dividend. If the SEC was not going to approve it, they would have shot him in the head already and said it's not approved. So that means the company's probably filed something. The SEC asked them a question. The company has to respond, and it'll get approval. That's from an SEC lawyer that I spoke with. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And the CEO said it on his last interview that they had to answer some questions to the SEC, so back and forth, and it'll get approved. If the SEC didn't like it, they would have shut it down day one. We're not going to approve this, get lost. They don't make you waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're wasting the SEC's time and they don't want to waste your time, then you don't want to wait. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions of your crew? Anybody want to say anything?
Let's see. I mean, a lot of people are asking like how high could GDC go, but
Well, listen, I've been
no way to
told
know.
that my friends always said it was going to go to the new high, but
Yeah.
I can't go back to him and say, "Oh, you bullshitted me." What am I going to say? So the only thing I can tell anybody to say is, "Hey, if you bought 1,000 shares at 1, 2, 3, and it's 6, 7, 8, you sell 500, you got 500 shares for free. Close your eyes."
Okay.
That's the only thing I can tell you to do. I know nothing about the company. I told you I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can say about that. That's the way it is.
Let's see. Fingerhead News this week. They got What was it they got?
Oh, yeah, I'll talk to you about that.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
company,
tell me
I
about
read
that.
I posted it a bunch of times. Fingermotion got that the certification from the Chinese government to do that installation of all the emergency response companies.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first of it. It's the first of its kind.
Mm-hmm.
That means this company has a license or certification from the Chinese government. No one gets that. It's impossible. The only reason they must have got this certification is because A, the deal they have now, and B, there's probably other things that they needed to have this certification for. There's probably other things coming down the pipe. I don't know what it is. But this company is so connected to the Chinese government, it's insane. And they're going to make them just keep driving revenue with these monster deals.
Mm-hmm.
No one has access to data in a Chinese telecom. Fingermotion does. The CEO tells you in the videos.
Yeah.
They don't get the names. They get the approximate age and whether they're female or male, what region they live in, how they are spending, and they make these algorithms based on that, but the data based on that.
Mm-hmm.
No one can even get in those buildings. Fingermotion's doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just insane. People need to take a look at the fundamentals. The reason the fundamentals are in a story is A, the company is not a U.S., they're not in the U.S. knocking on doors every day. I told you they were meeting with a major New York firm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at liberty. My friend worked on the desk. He called and told me that they were on the schedule to meet with their analyst at the firm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about a money raise. It's about research. So I don't want to say anything because I don't want the shorts calling up the company and saying, hey, these guys are big. I don't want them to submarine it, so I don't say anything about it.
Mm.
So we'll just wait to see when it comes out. I can't say it's coming out. I don't know, but I know the firm. That I know.
Mm-hmm.
Because my friend works on the trading desk there. And he called me and told me, not the company, that he did.
Yeah.
But again, just read the press releases. That's right. This company got listed on the NASDAQ, rang the closing bell, got a deal to charge up the electric vehicles in China with an app, and they make money from it. It cost them nothing. Then they got the other deal with the emergency vehicles, which is a massive deal.
Yeah.
And the stock went from $4.25 down to $1.75.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
Yeah.
I posted the selling every day. 8 shares, 10 shares, 5 shares, all day long. 2 shares, 3 shares, 5. One day I posted up, Ace, I don't think you've seen it, 63, 63, 63, then 25, 25, 25, 20. I just put the time in sales. I took a snapshot, and I posted it. You can see all the fake trades.
Really?
And if anybody on this phone goes out tomorrow morning and says, I own 5,000 shares of GDC, and just keep hitting the button, I'm going to sell one, just like that for an hour. You sell them all. No one will do that. No one sells stock like that.
No way.
And you can't even type it in and do it that fast.
No,
These
you
guys
can't.
have an automatic.
Yeah.
These guys have an automatic program on their computer, and that's what they're doing. So
Yeah.
whoever the dildo is that's doing it in finger motion is an idiot. Sitting there doing that all day.
Yeah.
And I'm a bigger jerk because I'm sitting here watching them doing it and reporting it. So two idiots of looking at each other.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. It's a waste of human time. The SEC is a disgrace. No one needs to buy a stock and have to sit and defend it all day. I don't see where it says if I buy a share of a stock, I have to defend it all day versus crooks. It's remarkable that they do this.
I know, it's unreal. A couple last questions. So one guy's asking, based on the trading, do you think they covered a lot today?
No.
On GDC? No. Okay.
No, what happens is there's a smaller short got busted, maybe 5 million shares. You seen the spikes when it ran up to almost 6.
Yeah.
That was someone getting bought in.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what a buy-in looks like. Just go buy.
Yeah, it shot up.
As soon as they stopped buying it, a new naked short came in and knocked it back down again.
Wow. Okay.
And now there's multiple players in the stock.
Okay.
Finger Motion has one short and one real short, and they're both the same person.
Gotcha.
See the difference?
Yeah.
GDC's probably got 40, 50 people shorting it, playing the game now.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of people in here now.
That's
so one
crazy.
went bust, another one came in, and now you got, I have no idea who's in here now. Finger Motion is very different. when they bought that guy in, it went from whatever $3 to $6 when it started really running.
Mm-hmm.
That's a short getting bought in, right?
Yeah.
When it happens in finger motion, it's not going to stop. It's just going to that freight train is just going to keep going because it's only one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was just one short seller burning out, right?
Yeah, that's nuts.
That you saw. Maybe you short 2, 3, 4 million shares,
Jeez.
right? Whatever it was,
Yeah.
5 million shares.
Yeah.
That's just one. Imagine it just keeps going and there's no one on the sell side. Remember, when finger motion goes, I don't think anybody's going to stand in the way of this thing for a long time.
Yeah.
This could be like that HKD when there was no one in the way. It was going up on, or even, and it just went crazy.
Yeah.
And there's no selling up 30, 40 points. That's what I see in finger motion.
Yeah. HKD hit 2,500 at the top. TOP, was TOP one of those also?
TOP was one of them. The HOLO was one of them. Even this stock, GDC did it before. I mean,
yeah,
there's a big difference now than before. When there's nothing around, that's when they go.
Okay.
And I look at finger motion as a stock that's laying still.
Yeah.
Nothing's really going on. You buy it when they don't want it.
Yeah.
Right? Because when they stop selling it, it's going to be impossible to buy.
Yeah.
And that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And remember, we're only 56 days away.
I know.
And Ace, I'll tell you that the big man knows all about us. I can't say anything else
That's
more than that.
I get
But
you.
the big man knows all about us. That I can tell you. My message was sent. Someone read it. They read it, and they confirmed back to me that it has been received.
Hey, speaking of the big man, do you think DJT is looking like a turnaround soon?
You talk about a pair of balls. You got to be insane to be short that stock. First of all, there's going to be an investigation just from the assassination attempt and who shorted the stock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anybody with a brain on Wall Street, they're probably telling people stay away from this name.
Mm-hmm.
So the shorts in that name, I think, has been chiseled down from probably 200 down to 50.
Wow.
Because most people, 150 of the shorts probably say, get the hell away from this thing.
Yeah, I mean, they've been slamming it too the last couple weeks.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, whoever's slamming it's a big play. They're big plays. They could be offshore people. I have no idea. But whoever's doing it belongs in jail. There's not even a question. I mean, that's just... And if you think Trump is going to sit here... Listen, Trump's like the rest of us, like everyone else. Like Nancy Pelosi, everyone who's making money. Like Trump did nothing wrong. He owns a stock.
Yeah.
And they naked shorted it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
Zero. He's done zero wrong.
Yeah.
But he deserves his money like everyone else.
Yeah.
He's going to force settlement. I think they've been super quiet. We tried to set up a call with Pat Byrne, Devin Nunes, and that guy Ian Carroll, who I love, by the way. People, you should follow that guy.
He's great.
He's so interesting.
He is. He's great. Yeah.
I just watched a video of him talking about the Las Vegas massacre.
Mm-hmm.
It's remarkable the stuff he talked about there. And then he talked the other day about the boat, the guy getting killed, and those people with the tornado in the ocean, whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the guy
really
does
good.
great work,
Mm-hmm.
and he's easy to understand. You should follow him. But we tried to set up a call with Devin Nunes, Pat Byrne, and him. And Devin Nunes just couldn't do it at this time. We don't know why. He just said, not right now. So we don't know. I assume there's an investigation going on. That's all I can believe.
I'm sure something's going on.
He's laying low. He's basically zipped his mouth and he's laying low, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been quiet lately.
When it gets quiet like that, something's coming down.
Yeah.
You can't get the head of the Intel committee screaming about security fraud and no one's going to look into it. There's not even that is 100% a lock. I just don't know how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have FU money to throw at it. I can't tell you what options. You got to buy options.
Yeah.
That's the way to leverage it. And you can see what people, this is how short sellers do it. Okay? They drive the stocks down as fast as they can. As you can see, they did it in the DJT. Just relentless every day. $2, $3. Like, I couldn't believe. The attacks were brutal. The same attack was done on finger motion at the same time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They've been trading
Even the attack with GameStop is the same thing from 29 down. Okay? Now, that stock to me, to me, that stock is over because the company sold
They
the
sold
shorts.
it all
I mean,
out.
they
Yeah.
covered. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just giving it the same thing. It went from 29 down. Finger Motion went straight down. DJT, they smash them down to a low.
Mm-hmm.
Then the shorts, when they try to cover, you see it. It runs up 3 points today, like DJT, right?
Yeah.
They want the people to believe, and I'm sure you'll see a story. DJT soars. It's up 3. They don't tell you it's down 15. Where did it soar to? It's only back 3.
Yeah.
So, and the stories always make it look like it's soaring, and that it's, that was the rally.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the reporters always report it.
Gotcha.
And it gives you that doubt, saying, is this going to be the end of it? Like, we're all talking about GDC now, right?
Yeah.
Is that the top on GDC? Is it going to go? It's rally back, it's been, this is where it was when I first got involved, was like $4.
Mm-hmm.
So where the hell am I? Right? Where, if I didn't average down before, I'd be here 370, 340, right? Wherever it was.
Yeah.
So where it is, it went to 6. I mean, they destroyed it. The stock should be 20 by now, really, if you go based on a short squeeze.
Easy. The way it was moving, especially.
But they drove it down to such a low that the rally back makes it look like, oh my God, look, it went to 6. It was just $1, like it made a 100-point move. It really only up $2 from where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the mentality they get people to think about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the hard part. That's the hard thing. So DJT, I think, has got a lot more upside than, as far as fundamentals. And you got the next president of the United States.
Oh,
you got
yeah.
his stock. You're shorting his stock.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, I've never seen anything, a better chance for a play. It's got to be DJT.
And he's getting stronger,
Only
too.
because-
As you see, RFK is going to endorse him now.
Oh, I have a friend RFK was his professor down in Georgetown, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah. And he has a falcon or something, that guy. He's like kooky. But he's reaching out to him. He knows him well, and he's trying to get him to hopefully try to say something Friday about naked shorts. So he sends him
that would be awesome.
Listen, we have him, we have Trump, we have Devin Nunes, we have Pat Byrne coming in.
Yeah.
Gensler
We got
getting kicked
Elon.
out.
Elon's on our team, too.
Elon.
Yeah.
And we're fighting against Jeff Easton. These guys, what are you kidding me? Andrew left. I mean, all anyone has to do is follow the sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Everything I've spoke about has just been about naked short selling. Again, follow the sell tickets. They're not coming to me. It's millions and millions and millions of shares. I can't own all these things. I'm not Fidelity Management. I'm not running $1 billion. But again, as long as you understand it, you make your own determinations. Everything I put up is straight from press releases. Everything I see, read it, understand it. As far as I see, there's a couple of plays. I can't follow them all. People keep flashing me different names.
Yeah.
That's
a lot.
If I talk about different names, a lot of investors are like children. Why are you changing the subject? I'm not changing the subject. If I didn't talk about GDC, no one ever been in it.
Yeah, this is very true. I definitely want it.
You work if you work on a trading desk is a big desk, and people all have eyes on different stocks.
Mm-hmm.
You can't follow them all. I worked in the technology sector. The person next to me did autos. They did tires. They did certain, maybe food stocks. Everyone did airlines. Everyone did different things.
Yeah.
And we would hear, hey, the airlines are starting to pick up. Anybody, the airline stocks are starting to get hot. United Airlines just went 3 points, and everybody can make calls to their clients and get them involved in those stocks.
Yeah.
Someone else brought it to my attention. I can't see them all.
Yeah.
So that's why, that's why we talk about them. I tell you, I can't trade them all, but you gotta understand it, and you start to learn from all. And don't be, when you hear stocks, you just can't run in to buy anything you like. Sit down, look at it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get involved and you like to play, my only advice to anybody is, you hear us say a talking name and you're really not crazy about it, you buy 100 shares.
Mm-hmm.
At least learn and see what goes on. Most of you guys are just starting this stuff. Maybe you're into the game 2 years now, or 3 years, or 1 year. Or, learn to play it. You don't have to,
Yeah.
you can't, it's like you think you're missing something. Don't believe that. There's always a story. I have 40 stories in my head right now. I don't want to spill them because I'll get you all dizzy.
I mean, I can tell you, I've
ML.
definitely learned more from doing than just hearing. Because like today, first time ever, I was like trading dips and rips. Like I got the momentum now. I was getting it on GDC. I did like 8 trades today. I never do that, but I finally
So
it's
just
clicking
think about
finally
it.
after all this time.
You don't have to make dollars all the time.
No.
If you made 30 cents, 40 cents, 20 cents, if you made 20 cents 5 times, you made $1.
Yeah.
And you're trying to buy it not on the run, but when when they're attacking it. You can see the attacks. If you can't see the attacks, then you need to go back to someplace. It's so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Just go look at, go to bar chart, and you can just get the 1-day chart. You can see them sell millions. I've seen one spike down in the volume where they sold about 2 million shares at the market.
Mm-hmm.
The whole company is not even 4 million shares. They sold 2 million at the market. One person sold it down. I mean, you can just see it. It's in these things stand out on everyone's trading desk. What GDC has going on right now, it has that GameStop, Wall Street's getting involved, squeezing whoever's here.
Okay. Wow.
Finger Motion doesn't have that right now.
No.
Finger Motion is an accumulation stock. GDC has nothing to do with Wall Street, and all of a sudden Wall Street's behind it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did I tell you? Once they start getting active,
Yeah.
what happens? Wall Street comes.
I could tell by the Twitter activity too. People were just going nuts, and it went from even last week when you were talking about GDC, nobody on Twitter was talking about it, and then today it just exploded. So you can tell the activity just getting crazy.
And I'm just saying it just gets now. Wall Street's around it, so now I wouldn't be afraid of buying the dips when there's a lot of retail activity because other retail people are going to be buying the dips.
Yeah, 100%.
So when you see it flush real quick, you're going to see, maybe 500 people going in trying to go buy stock, and that turns it back up again.
Yeah.
But you have to buy it when it's, as I said it, when it's real, when it's Jeff Easton ugly. That's when you buy it, right? That's how I look at these things. So believe me, you try to run out there when they always say never catch a falling knife.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
That's and I was great at catching falling knives. That's the way I was taught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you get these wild swings, boom, right back up.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you did it in the video, broke from 120, went to 92, right back up to 130, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Apple did the same thing, right?
Yep.
I mean, just look. You find companies and you can see it, and that's how you learn how to trade.
Yep. Absolutely. Before you go, I got a couple of people just asking, what are you thinking or seeing in ZJYL?
Well, I put it up on Twitter. I said GDC has a sister. It's ZJYL. That's all I get. You know what I know.
Yeah,
Exactly. My friend owns both of them. So, remember, ZJYL did a 20-for-1 forward split.
Yeah.
The people that owned all the stock before, the only thing that's changed in that name is that they own 20% more.
Mm.
All the people that we know, we don't own enough to change that stock.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not even that was a $300 stock. People were buying 1 share, 10 shares, and now they have 20 shares and 200 shares.
Yeah.
For the volume that came into that stock, there's somebody lurking. There's people behind it. I don't know who they are, but they did a forward split for 20-1. It's sitting here, and I'm sure once GDC settles down, what are they going to do with their winnings? They'll find somebody else, right?
100%. Yep.
And I think that's been teed up for a while. It's been. I sort of look at it like the movie The War of the Worlds, when the monsters lay underneath the ground and they popped out. It's like ZJYL is in the ground right now. GDC just popped up. That's one. Now next one is ZJYL, but that comes from a group that I don't know. My friend, he bought with those people. I don't know who they are, but I'm just following him. I told you before, he's a wealthy guy.
Yeah.
He's a player, and I trust him. People yelled at me, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." I said, "Well, I'm not selling it. I'm staying with this guy."
Mm-hmm.
And that's how Wall Street is. It's based on trust.
Yeah.
And for people that lose, and don't believe in it. That's Wall Street. You got, what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'll give you an example. What is if you, many years ago, working with a guy like Stevie Cohen, and he calls you up and says, I hear this, and you buy it and it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
What are you supposed to say? Oh, you moron. What are you supposed to say? You be thankful you got the call. You say thank you, And I could just tell you that many years ago, I'm not saying Stevie Cohen, but somebody would call me up and give me a stock. And we get in at $30, and I buy, 500 calls. And the stock go from 30 to 27.
Yeah.
In 2 days, I'm down 150,000 in option money. And you sit there with your mouth open, you're like, what the hell is this? It went down 3. You can't call up and say anything because the people that told you this are pretty powerful that you're following.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit there and you say, holy shit, what happens? It comes back to even. Okay, and say, okay, I look at it, say, okay, I'm happy. I was dying the other day. I'm down 150. Now I'm even. Fuck you. I'm out. That's how I looked at it. Yeah. And I'll reevaluate what I did.
Wow.
And you get out and you see the stock just stop at the same spot again at 30, sideways a day, at 30, sideways, and you say, oh, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, it's $42, up 12.
Yeah.
And what are you supposed to say? They knocked it down 3, scared me out. When I got to even, I bailed out.
Yeah.
And I did it many times.
Hey, at least you didn't lose.
And now I learned after many years saying, okay, if I get in a stock like that, I just add small and keep adding small.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that Finger Motion is a stock that I'm not afraid to add small.
Yeah.
I think I paid 172 today. We tried to buy to 177. They sold it to me at 172.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 3,800. So they buy 3,800, 177. They sold it to me at 172. I mean, I'm like, I put it up on Twitter. I said it on the call or whatever I said. I mean, it just, I sold some GDC when it ran up to 5, and I took some money and I bought more of this one.
Yeah.
And it's average down. That's the way you do it. So I believe in it. I average down.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to believe in it. When it goes up, sell it, move along. I really don't care.
Yeah.
I told you, 56 more days, I'm done.
Mm-hmm. We're almost
Trump
there.
wins, Pat Burns, settlement, I'm out.
We're so close.
I can't do any more. I'm going to go back to trading for myself. I'm going to come in. I'm going to make a couple of thousand a day. See you later. And go play pickleball. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to post on Twitter anymore. I had enough of it. It's a waste, I can't keep saying the same shit 24 hours a day. It's like I'm a crackhead. I'm addicted to the stupid thing.
Yeah.
Because whatever's in my head, I want to make sure you understand it. And I repeat it.
Yeah.
And, I'm not looking for any medals. I really don't give a shit. And I just want to make sure you understand it. I think I stood tall through all the attacks and, all the nonsense. I've been doing this a long time. And it's just time that I have to give it up. I just have to.
Well,
So, again, I'm trying to teach you guys. I keep telling you I'm not going to be here forever.
learning.
So.
I'm still going to bug you every once in a while. I just hope you know that.
Yeah, listen, you got the wrong thing. I always will answer the call. I'm not, But again, I want people to understand this is Wall Street. This is how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And what I know is a lost art.
We've learned a lot,
like
for
the
sure.
The guy from VIRT is a total scumbag. Those people couldn't trade to make any money. All they do is steal.
Mm-hmm.
VIRT is a short. Jeffries is a short. These are companies that they really don't do much more. Goldman Sachs is the investment banking king. These other guys are not investment banking kings. When they want to step on Jeffries' head, they're out of business. That's how powerful these other guys are.
Mm.
So I don't believe in that. But there's VIRT. It's $30. When Donald Trump and these guys settle the trades and Pat Byrne comes in, VIRT is worthless because that means they have to trade just like you.
Yeah. And they can't do it. They don't
no
have any
way.
skills.
They have no skills.
They got
Zero.
They got the tools to cheat, and they got no skills. That's it.
Just remember this: every brokerage firm had a trading desk, an over-the-counter trading desk, right?
Yeah.
Every one of them shut it down.
Wow.
And how come his VIRT is making the money? If it was so profitable, why did everybody shut it down?
Seriously.
Because it's not profitable. You have to hire traders. You have to buy them technology. You have to pay for their health insurance. You have to have an office space. You have to buy them lunch because they can't leave their desk. And that's why they shut it down. They shut it down because the expenses are enormous. And guess what? Traders lose.
Yeah.
So there's risk. VIRT cannot assume that risk. They can't. There's no way. Zero.
Yeah.
And someone keep posting to me about payment for order flow. People, payment for order flow is a non-event. Don't get consumed with that. Do you really care who sold you a share of stock? No one on this phone call. No one cares, right?
Yeah. No.
I don't care. I don't care who sold me the stock.
Yeah.
The only problem that the problem for everyone is they don't settle the trades. I don't care who sells me the shares, but you must settle it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the problem.
100%. Yep.
Payment for order flow means nothing. It's Wall Street just jerking everybody off.
Yeah. You still get the stock.
They're getting you. They want to make you get off of naked short selling.
Yeah.
And get on to what? Payment for order flow. They're dictating the stories to you. They're telling everybody, go worry about payment for order flow. It's the biggest scam. What's the biggest scam? What do I care? Goldman Sachs has removed their trading desk from the firm, right?
Yeah.
So they figured out they eliminated the 300 jobs of traders. No risk.
Yeah.
They sell all the order flow to Citadel. Citadel pays them. No matter what happens, Goldman Sachs gets paid, right?
Yep.
If Citadel gets blown up with security fraud, does that hurt Goldman Sachs? Nope. They moved the crime to Citadel. They moved the crime to Virtue because they're selling them the order flow. E-Trade's selling them the order flow. All the crime has been moved to these other houses now. But meanwhile, Goldman Sachs is like the mafia. Give me my money. Pay me. Pay me. Pay me. Pay me my money. I don't care what you make. You have to pay me. You make $1, I get 25 cents, no matter what happens. That's what they're doing.
Wow.
But if they settle the trades, Ken Griffin is never going to buy the order. The payment for order flow goes away the minute they settle the trades. Because who wants to pay for trades that are not guarantees anymore, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So that goes away. So payment for order flow goes away the minute they settle the trades. Payment for order flow goes away, Virtue, Citadel, they're all gone. And Goldman Sachs and all these other guys are going to have to open up trading firms again, or you're going to have to do it yourself, automate it yourself.
They're going to have to trade like us.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's going to get interesting.
And everybody who keeps talking about this shit, get it off. They're making you talk about it. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, I'm done.
All right.
I'm out of gas.
All right. Enjoy your gummy. We'll talk to you later.
Good night. You got it.
Good night. Bye. All right, cool. All right, so I hope you guys were up on GDC and everything else going on. Listen, what he was saying is GDC and ZJYL have most of the same people in them. So, guys, they're making profits on GDC. You better believe they're selling a little bit. Doesn't mean they're getting out all the way. Of course not. These guys professionals, but they are getting liquidity out of this because they're smart, and that liquidity is moving to ZJYL and Finger. You better believe it. So, we obviously we need to watch those very carefully. As far as GDC goes, a lot of people asking how high can it go, guys. There's no way to know. If Ham's right, and he usually is, that Wall Street's in on this right now. There's a couple options here. A, it could be almost done. We could wake up tomorrow, it could be getting crushed, and it's over for now, and that's completely possible. The other option is that Wall Street jumps in like a GameStop and shoots it up. And so, listen, be ready either way is my point. If you're up right now, I would highly recommend setting a stop loss where you're comfortable. I just would. Because you don't want to end up down, because this thing moves fast, so fast. Earlier we had 560 and we were down to 380 in half hour, it's very volatile right now. So just prepare yourself. I mean, be as risky as you want to be. I can't give you financial advice. None of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion. But my opinion is I have no idea what's going to happen with this. This would be, I've watched these things happen before. I watched TOP in real time. I did it on my show. We all watched it together. But this would be my first time being in one. And so, listen, we just got to take the lessons we've learned along the way. Ham's done a great job educating everybody on how to trade, and just be smart. You know, at this point, there should be no one red unless you bought at 560. But I think that's very few people. So just be ready. And when a stock goes like this, if enough people are in it, it can start other ones going off. And if we, like right now, there's going to be a lot of money flooding into the markets. And this is one of the main reasons right here. Okay. The Fed minutes came out today. Basically guarantee we're getting a rate cut in September. Just as I've been saying since December, if you guys have been watching this channel. So I'm about to be right. I can't believe it. Says, this is a summary of Fed minutes. Majority of Fed members believe it's appropriate to lower rates at next meeting if data remains constructive. Recent data enhanced in confidence over inflation. Several participants considered rate cut in July, so it almost happened in July. Majority of participants said unemployment risks are rising. Oh, they have. This was before the data today. Outlook for economic growth in second half of 2024 marked down, easing too late, unduly weak in economy. They're scared of recession. And but this is exactly what the market wants to see. So there's going to be a lot of money in the market in the next few weeks. A lot of money and volatility if one short squeeze can lead to another, if that's how it's going to go. And on top of that, we have this came out today where it's hard to even believe this is real, but it is. So job additions revised lower by 818,000 over the last year. So that means every job report we got over the last year is complete booty. It's complete bogus nonsense. It just, they lied to us by almost 1 million jobs, guys. And what's crazy is that the unemployment rate's not going to change, even though there's 1 million less jobs than they've been reporting to us. Why? Because they have their own way of doing the numbers, so they don't have to change it. But this would mean that the actual U.S. unemployment rate is probably closer to 5% just on the way they do it, and it may mean the unemployment rate's actually close to 6-7%. And 5 of the last 6 jobs reports revised lower. That's before this. Record number of Americans now working multiple jobs. U.S. dollar lost 25% in 4 years. 11% of credit card balances in the U.S. are now delinquent, highest in over a decade. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yet the market loves this because this means rate cuts. Now, again, I believe that the rate cut will come. We're going to have a melt up leading into it, and maybe for a week or two after, maybe longer. But then it's going to trigger the downturn. It's going to trigger the downturn because it's also going to mean that the Fed is officially scared of where the economy is headed. And that confidence is going to scare the market over time. It won't happen at first. Everybody's going to get excited about the rate cuts. But every single rate cut that's happened ever in a recession led to a stock market downturn. And this one is just so stacked up. The bubble right now, it's crazy. So, yeah, it's definitely more in San Francisco and Los Angeles for sure. Let me catch up with some of your stuff here, guys, because I saw a lot of comments and questions. Dirty Red says, ask why the new CAT system failed us the last few months. Big letdown. So Dirty, the reason the CAT system failed us is because the same people are still in charge. Gary Gensler is still running the SEC, who Kamala Harris wants to turn to Treasury Secretary. One of the biggest crooks in our history is running the markets right now. The CAT system for now is for them. They get the data. They get to use it as they wish. The CAT system is not for us. It's not for retail. And so they get to manipulate that data, use it as they want for their own purposes, and it's not for us to do better. But that CAT system will still be in place when good people take over. And that's when we'll really see a change. Trump hugged a lady who fainted. I didn't see that. Somebody will have to share that with me. How do you do percentage stop losses? You put a number. Usually when I've done it, you put a number and you just kind of figure out a number that you can bear, whether it's losing a little bit, because maybe you want to make sure it's a little far down so that there's less chance of hitting it in a dip when they try to shake people out. So maybe you're okay with losing a little bit of money. You just don't want to lose a lot. So maybe you could do it there, or maybe you put it right at there so you lose nothing, or maybe up so you get a little bit of profit. Because here's the thing, it could go down and shoot right back up. And they'll do that. They'll sell down and try to trigger a bunch of stop losses to make it keep collapsing. So you it's hard. It's no way to do it perfect unless you're very lucky. So now if they don't cover the 100 million counterfeit shares now, and they'll have to settle them when Trump wins, right? It won't be exactly immediately when Trump wins, because Trump still has 3 months of transition time until he's in power on January 20th, 2025. So that transition period, they'll still be in charge. Now, there's a good reason to believe a lot of people will start running to cover during that period because they know it's coming for them. But is it guaranteed? Nothing's guaranteed until we have the right people in charge. But the election will trigger a lot of changes. They'll want to get ahead of stuff even before he puts Byrne in, whoever else. AST in trouble. I didn't hear anything about that. That's wild. Trump left his protective shield to see the lady. Huh. If somebody wants to share that with me, I'll pull it up. Thomas would allowing the unforeseen losses coming from huge numbers on a massively short and counterfeit shares shorted play. I'm sorry, Thomas. I don't really understand that sentence. Hobbs at the rally today, lady who fainted, came down, gave her a hug. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Ben Palmer says, I watched a Kamala ad praying you didn't get demonetized. I don't think I'll get demonetized tonight. I didn't say anything too controversial. Nice to know her money went to me. I know if she wants to pay me to badmouth her, she can do that all day. I don't care. I'll take her money because I'm not changing who I am. Not changing what I'm saying, Yeah, oil prices have been collapsing. Might be on purpose it might be. You never know. Lindell shaved off his mustache? No way. That's crazy. You shared the link in my live post. Okay, let me look here. Somebody's griping to me about Trump. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I'll pull this up. Just a sec. Okay, let me pull this up. Yep. Wow. He put himself out there. People are amazing going in the heat and seeing like this. Can you imagine seeing Kamala, Biden, Obama, Tim Balls, any of them doing this? You just don't. It won't happen. And if it did happen, it'd be staged.
Doctor trying to clarify
They'd pay
what the crowd was asking
some green-haired,
fat
trans guy
and
to fall down and they'd hug him.
Over there with Secret Service in tow, John.
We'd get up and
check out what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of times at these outdoor events, because people have been standing around for a long time. It's 75 degrees right now in Asheboro, but it's a sunny day. The president just wanted to check to make sure that that person's okay.
I need to be on Friday, just saying. What do you mean be on Friday? Oh, during the RFK thing? Man, I'll see. I don't know what time he's going on. I would love to cover that live. I don't think I'll be able to. I'll probably be at work. But if I can be on during that, I'll live stream it. DNC's pathetic. Yeah, I stopped watching. Oh, that's okay, Thomas. Okay, gotcha. So now it says I have 44 GDC with 100 investment waiting for a high number. That's all. Hey, if we hit it, that'd be awesome. Will Trump concede this time around when he loses again? You're funny. He's not going to lose, first of all. And listen, he won't concede if it's rigged again. So there you go. Oh my God. Who brought this Mike guy in? All right, Mike, goodbye. Just came in to talk smack. Bye-bye, troll. I don't... the trolls, he's not bringing anything here. That's funny. What a dummy. Yeah, I know the rally on Friday. It's 2 p.m. Arizona time. So what is that? That's 4 p.m. my time. I might be able to stream that. It depends if I get off early that day. If I get out early, we'll see. I'd love to stream it with him and RFK. See what's going on. All right. So I got a couple things going on at the DNC. I'm not going to stream it live, but they brought out Bill Clinton's corpse. Like doesn't he just look like a soulless demon here? Epstein's, this is what getting away with horrific things does to your soul. It just eats you away. I don't even care what he said. It's it honestly, it doesn't matter. But look at how this is how they run things here at the DNC. What's she looking for? What's going on here? Okay. Oh, there it is. Hey, don't mess up my teleprompter, please. Don't mess up my teleprompter. Did you guys see when Jamie Raskin's teleprompter got messed up? How he just could not keep going? Unbelievable. So they're just so pathetic. This is why I keep saying Twitter's the news now. Check it out. Average total viewers per year. Look at that. The media is just dying. It's a beautiful thing to see. It's absolutely beautiful thing to see. Hobbs says he's a soulless demon because he lives with even more soulless demon. That is the truth right there. Absolutely. Go down to your van by down the river, Mike. Yeah. I live in a van down by the river. Yep. Get him out of here. Good night, Dirty Red. God bless you, man. Sleep well. Yeah, he was a Lowly Express flight leader. He had his painting up and everything. Is just so stupid. Now this, I got to show you. This made me laugh. All right, so this is what's funny about this. Bexar County Sheriff, when Donald Trump comes down to Texas, stands next to officers in uniform like mine, he's not there to help us. Now Kamala, on the other hand, has been fighting border crime for years. Are you freaking kidding me? What a joke. Now, here's my favorite part about this, because only a Texan would know this, or somebody who lived in Texas as long as I did. I lived in Bexar County. You know what Bexar County is? Bexar County is San Antonio. You know what San Antonio is? San Antonio is several hundreds of miles away from the border. This guy does not deal with border crime. He doesn't. He's an outright liar. He's a city cop. Working in San Antonio, and I'm telling you right now, he's an outright liar. And San Antonio is, Texas is red, but the cities are blue, and he is straight up just lying through his teeth. So I thought that was hilarious. This is the one guy that could probably find in Texas willing to say this something about Kamala that's nice about the border, and it's a guy he's probably never seen a border crime in his entire life. So I had to call that out, being that, I lived there a long time. So, all right, let's keep moving before I get out of here. The betting markets now have Trump up to 52% over 47 to Kamala. The beginning of the week before the DNC, Kamala was ahead. The shift has gone all the way to Trump, and this is supposed to be her week. This is supposed to be the Democrats' big celebration week when they get their point. Hillary Clinton got out of the DNC 14 points up. 14 points. And Trump won that election. 14 points. 14 points. I just want to get it out there. You realize how huge that is? Kamala's down 5 in the betting markets right now, and in the polls, it's probably down 1, 2, maybe more, especially with this RFK thing coming. And I'm telling you, Hillary couldn't beat him with a 14-point lead after the DNC. This DNC is the worst ever In fact, in Newsweek, Kamala Harris not leading in a single battleground state in the new poll. This is atrocious for her. The convention is supposed to jettison you out. It's supposed to spit you out with a huge lead, and you get to play with house money for a little while. They're not getting it at all. And I told you guys on Monday that my hope and prayer was that this DNC would be the first one they never get a bump, and it looks like that's where we're headed. It absolutely does. Fozman, the crypto vote will be the difference of the election. Dems are brilliant to piss off up to 150 million voters and gain nothing. Fozman, I agree with you. The crypto vote will help for sure. I don't know if it'll be the difference. It might be. But I don't think 150 million Americans that can vote are yet using Bitcoin or crypto. So, but even if it's 5 million, 10 million, 25 million, that is huge. And I will say, unfortunately, a lot of the crypto bros are still pretty left. I don't understand it. They're so smart about computer stuff and they're so dumb about politics. It blows my mind that they actually will believe Kamala now when she's saying she's pro crypto, even though Trump went there and talked to them all at the Bitcoin conference. But yeah, it will have a difference though, for sure. Cop looked like a DEI hire. Do you think so? He looked like a chubby baby-faced white boy to me. Danielle, now it's our week. Trump, 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 Trump. I love it. Absolutely it is. Matthew, how do you change poll numbers in soft brains in a week? I just don't get it. I mean, you don't change the poll numbers, but what the polls take a pulse of enthusiasm. That's what they really take. They don't tell you who's going to win or exactly who's voting. They tell you who's more likely to pick up and answer. So if your guy sucks and they're losing bad or they're not fun to talk about because everybody, makes fun of you or tells you they'll kill you if you vote for them, it's not fun to answer a poll about that. And you kind of hang up. If you love who you're talking to, if you're excited about the election, you're ready to talk to a pollster. And every pollster worth their salt will tell you that. Rich Barris is the best at this. They'll tell you that it's all about the enthusiasm. And the enthusiasm actually that's the gap of like what the difference is between the candidates at the pulse of the nation right now. But it's also why polls are so flawed. And why, especially when you have an outsider candidate like Trump, who is so beaten down by the media that he polls under all the time. A, they skew the numbers, but B, the numbers are pre-skewed by people not wanting to answer. So that's how that works. And so that's why it also can change so quickly. It's pretty nuts. Speaking of polls, now this is amazing. So did you guys see the final poll result on here with Elon? Almost 6 million votes, and Trump, I mean, my God. This is a 46 point win on this Elon poll. Now, a lot of people are like, X is so far right wing, you can't trust it. I told you guys, maybe 10%. Maybe 10%. Okay, 15% at the most, this is skewed. But even with that would put Trump at 15%. You took 15% away, it still put him at 58%. And that is very real to me. But look, this is what's crazy. Somebody dug up these numbers. And Democrats on X, per X's data, 37 million. Republicans on X, 32 million. Independents on X, 34 million. Guys, if this is right, this data here, it's actually very possible that we don't know how many of these voted. Okay. So we don't know the sample of who voted, but I can tell you that this is much more closer to a poll that could be real and taken seriously than anybody would have guessed by these numbers right here. That's insane. There's still more Democrats on X than Republicans. Now, it could be a lot of accounts that aren't active anymore. People left, all of that. And that's why in this poll, I'd say you could take away 15%. And that would still be 50. If you switched 15% from Trump, gave it to Kamala, that'd still be 58 to 42. And I actually think that would be a very realistic number, 58 to 42 in our election right now. Trump is killing it, and everything is just rigged to make it seem like he's not. But that's how it goes. We had 180 likes. Nice, Donkey. That's amazing. Let's see if we can get that to 200 by the end of the night, since we had 300 watching. 58 guys, if you found anything valuable in this stream at all, please hit that like before we head out. Share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. This is what we do nightly. I'm on 4 or 5 times a week, plus members live, plus some other bonus content at times. And we cover it for real. The election, I try to give the best comprehensive educational election coverage on the internet from my background and all the data I pull. And then, of course, I cover the economy. And as you guys saw today, a number of short squeeze stocks as well. So that's kind of what I do here. And I hope you guys like it. And I appreciate it. Al, William, you don't like him singing? You wonder if Ham will sell GDC here. I have no idea. Brett, Republicans are building a 96 NBA dream team, and Dems are building a team for Sesame Street. That's offensive, Sesame Street, says Jesse. I agree with Jesse there. That's just mean. At least old Sesame Street. Scott Volkovich, Kamala has been on the job 3.5 years, nothing to show for it. Completely true. Yeah, Sesame Street was good in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Honey Badger, big takeaway from Ham tonight is he thinks only 5 million out of 90 million negative shorts covered today. GDC has room to run. It does have room to run. The question is whether or not they'll keep pushing it, or if they'll put a hold on it for now. And when Wall Street's in charge, which they were in GameStop in 2021 and even this May, when Wall Street's in charge, it's up to them what they want to do. And from what it sounded like, he said like 40, 50 big players are in now. That means Wall Street's in charge. So we're at Wall Street's whim. And at this point, don't try to guess one way or the other. Just try to trade it and make money, in my opinion. Randy, looking forward to lefties losing on election night. I know. That's why I'm going to stream all night, guys. I'm going to stream all night, and I'm going to be drinking some good beer. That's what I'm going to tell you guys right now. I'm going to have a spread on election night. I've already requested the next day off, so I'm not going into work the next day. I'm going to play a live stream all night long on election. We're going to laugh. Hopefully we won't be crying, and we're going to have a good old time. Chris, here's what I've observed the last few days. If a political party thinks they can buy you with their money, services, then that means they can be bought with the same principles. That is 100% true, Chris. And in fact, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's they do that with everything. It's not just saying somebody can be bought. Whenever they say somebody's doing something that they're obviously not, or at least hasn't been shown, it's because they're actually doing it. And that's an old trick. Nancy Pelosi even admitted using it several years ago. She's on video admitting it. Deflection, that's what it is. And they do it all the time with everything. And so almost everything, in fact, I would say everything the Democrats accuse Trump of doing, RFK Jr. of doing, all that stuff, any Republican, it's they're doing it. And that's how you know it's true. When they say it, that means they're doing it. GDC is going to be very interesting tomorrow. We're going to have to watch it very carefully. Adventures, we going to see a keg stand from you on election night? No keg stand. You guys don't want to see that. So, yeah, Chris, it's completely obvious. It's disgusting is what it is. It's sad. We got another election win. I've been showing you guys all the states and how we've been getting big wins in all the states fighting election. Well, Nevada, we just got one. They ruled against Democrats by declining to block election officials from withholding certification results in the event of election fraud. In other words, they can now halt certification if they find fraud in the election. Nevada can, which is great. It's a win. The Republicans are in charge of that House there, so that's great news. If they don't think their election went well, they're not going to certify, which is absolutely huge. And then I think I had one more. Oh, you guys got to see this. This is crazy. Where I just showed you guys 1 million jobs revised down. This is the Secretary of Commerce in the Biden administration. Let's just watch. She needs full attention here. This right here.
When you hear that, do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
No. When I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it because I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful.
It is, though, from the Bureau of Labor.
I'm not familiar with that.
When you
Oh my God. Is this the stupidest woman in the Biden administration? Do we have a new winner? Did somebody just beat Kamala? Somebody dumber than Tim Balls? This is amazing. Are you kidding me? Nothing Donald Trump says is true. It's her own Bureau of Labor statistics. This is unbelievable.
you hear that, do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
No. When I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it because I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful.
First of all, I don't believe it because I've never heard. What the hell?
It is, though, from the Bureau of Labor.
I'm not familiar with that.
I can't believe ABC actually fact-checked her to her face. Oh my God. That is unbelievable. That's even like, that's new levels of stupidity for the Democrats. Wow. What has this woman been doing? I have a feeling that she got the job and she's just been, eating bonbons and giggling with her, Democrat trans, flunkies that she has to hire around her. And she doesn't pay attention to anything. And then it's like everything bad, just say Donald Trump. That's it. Unbelievable. This is one of the craziest things I've seen. It's so crazy. I cannot believe it. Oh my God. What do you even do with that? How do you follow that up? I don't think you can. Let's just go to the chat and then we'll call it a night after that. That wins. That wins the night. I don't have anything better after that. That's just so good. It's so bad. However, whatever. Brett, don't I love how Kamala does is take Trump's ideas and sweeten the pot with more tax dollars? 100%. Yeah. Jesse, check your schedule. You're off election day. Well, I'll be in stream. Nice. So, Jesse, just to prepare you, remember, election results don't start coming in till about 8 o'clock Eastern time. So my stream will probably start right around 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right on the dot. And I'll be covering election results. And I'm willing, and probably, as long as my wife doesn't kill me, I'm going to try to stream all night until we get a result, or until they've pushed it off. But I think we might get a result that night. I think it's going to be overwhelming. I really do. And we're going to watch all the craziness. So, yeah, chill on that day. Have fun. Go vote. And then come in at night, and I'll be covering the entire election coverage at the night as stuff comes in. So 8 o'clock Eastern time that night. And we're going to drink and have a good time. What if Dems accuse Trump of election fraud once verified? You better believe they're going to try. Yeah, they're going to try. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The good news is that the Republicans are in charge of the House, and I believe they're going to pick up seats in the House and Senate. So I think Trump's coming into a full red government. And with that, there should be no trouble certifying him. But Kamala might pull something because she is VP right now, remember, and it's up to the VP to count the votes. Housekeeping alert, hit the like button, subscribe for an unburdened stream. Thank you, Brett. Ficus, what does Trump have to do with labor statistics during the Biden administration? Exactly. Who knows? We broke 200 likes. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Hero. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, man. She has a crazy dumb look in her eyes. She does. Let's look at it again.
When you hear that, do you...
Look at the spaciness. She's like, I can't be bothered. I'm thinking about that martini right off camera right there. My 6-1 tonight. That's what she's thinking about. She's thinking about her Grey Goose martini. That she's staring at it. You see that in her eyes? You can see it right here. She's looking down, and that martini, and this is drunk face right here. This is drunk face. So maybe we should just give them all a pass, and maybe we're going about this all wrong. Maybe the truth is they're just all drunks, and we should actually just be saddened for them because it's an alcoholic party. And the Democrats are just all alcoholics. They're just running it. They don't have any clue what's going on. And, and maybe we should just feel sad for them instead. But no, F them. They're running the country. They don't get that. But that's drunk face right there if I've ever seen it.
Do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
No, when I hear that, first of all, I don't.
Do you hear how she doesn't even wait and pause. She just immediately says no. Why? Because she had a talking point ready. She doesn't even have an answer. She's not listening to give an answer. She's just how am I going to attack Trump in this?
No, when I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it.
When I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it. I gotta see if she said it was from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
When you hear that, do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
Okay, so she said when you hear that. I don't know if earlier in the post or if she said from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
First of all, I don't believe it because I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful.
Oh, you see that? Here's the recollection. Look how her eyes go up and to the right. That is, what am I supposed to say here? Look, because she's not making eye contact. She's doing trying to remember. What am I supposed to say? By the way, major drunk face.
Anything truthful.
It is, though, from the Bureau of Labor.
I don't.
It's as she hears this, she's like, wait, what? Blank stare. Oh my God, what did you just say? I don't.
I'm not familiar with that.
When you hear.
Oh, she's slurring too. She's definitely drunk.
Bureau of Labor.
I'm not familiar with that.
When you.
I'm not familiar with that. That is it. So there you go. I'm sorry, I can't get over this. This is crazy. The only thing the Democrats are making great again are fact check resources. Oh, Jesse, you are off the whole time. Nice. We're gonna have a good time. Hobbs, Bill Clinton mispronounced Kamala as Kamala tonight. Oh, that's funny. Racist Bill. Bill doesn't care. Special GDC shareholder prayer. We'll end with something. Yep. Brett, the Dems and Carolina Panthers are definitely in for no wins this year. Fozman says it'll be an early night. I hope so on election night. Stephen Cromer, can we watch Young Turks? You better believe we're going to check in on my buddy Cenk as he's freaking out. Brett, ladies more worried about getting cat food at Petco. The rubber bands were brain cut unsprung. They're alcoholics because of their shame, but they're unburdened by what has been. So now what? Don't distract me with facts. Yep. Butters, as long as you have capacity to be honest, you can recover. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a problem, Butters, with them. Brad, I bet that lady uses pronouns for everything in his one. I think she's got a rainbow sticker on the back of her Lesbro wagon. She does sound drunk. Protagonist of Wukong. Oh, I didn't play that yet. Is that good? She looked pissed when she did. Yeah. It is legitimate psychosis. She has a Scrabble face looking at the board. Sees LNR3 has no idea what to do. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I did what? Huh? You better believe I'm going to stream the debates. Listen, guys, I love political season. I just do. And I told you guys at the beginning of the year, the election coverage would become the main focus of my channel. And that's just going to continue. So you better believe I'm streaming the debates. We're going to go any major live event during this election season, except for the DNC because it's unwatchable. But any election event that has value, we will watch live. And I will be on to go through it. I don't care. Friday, Saturday, whatever. I mean, guys, I did the first debate on my vacation. You better believe I'm showing up. We witnessed marathon 24-hour stream. Probably not 24 hours, but I might. I mean, if they go counting till 3 a.m., I'll still be on. I'll pull a William. Look at the interviewer. She's wondering how the hell I can talk to them. So I know she can't even believe it. Tim Walsh shakes his wife's hand. That's love. Oh my God. They say all that stuff. Tim Balls boy. Yeah, exactly, Butters. How dare you correct me? All right, guys, I'm going to head off. This has been fun tonight. We had a good time tonight. Yeah, DNC don't care. I like that. That's a good one. Hey, so please, before I head off, like, share, subscribe. We got interesting stuff going on. Who knows with GDC? It could turn into something massive. So definitely watching it carefully tomorrow. Obviously, economy's still in the tube, getting worse. Rate cuts are coming from the look of it. And RFK joining Trump. I mean, amazing. Just that's the best news in a while, because I just think so much good's coming from that. So I'll try to figure out if I can stream Friday. Other than that, though, I will be back tomorrow with whatever's going on. We'll cover it. We'll cover GDC tomorrow. Catch up. Pedro tried to call in tonight while Ham was on. So I'm going to try to have Pedro on tomorrow, maybe, if I can. So anyways, thank you guys, as always, for the support. I love this community so much. You guys are the best. You make doing this show a joy. Trust me, I love you guys. So let me end in a prayer, and we'll head out for the night until tomorrow. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Thank you, God, for RFK joining Trump. That's awesome. I pray that that event is just amazing. I thank you that the DNC is a disaster. God, like, I don't even care. We're playing sides, and I have a feeling I know you're not on their side this time. But God, we pray for justice in the markets. I pray people get some real wins in this GDC run. And whatever happens after it, that there's some real profits made, and that breakthrough starts coming through for some people, and just bless us with wisdom and how to handle all the trading, all the crazy times coming up ahead, and just bless everybody here, protect President Trump, and God, just let this election be a major win for America and getting our country back on track. So we pray in Jesus' name, amen. All right. Bless you guys. Love you. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.